Hey, so I want to show you guys what's in my pencil case. As you can see, my pencil case is a shark. I think it's really amazing, and I did buy it at Staples roughly 7 years ago. So now I'm going to open my pencil case and show you what's in it. Okay, so first up in my pencil case, we have this pencil. It's definitely a professional drawing pencil. It's by Faber-Castell. It's a 2B. So you can see the 2B on that. You know what I like to say, to be or not to be. It's also made in Germany, so that's pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna put that one down onto the next pencil. Oh, this one we actually have a pen. So this is the Jelly Roll, and the width is 08. So that's pretty cool. This is one of the bigger ones. So it's good for when you want to make like big highlights. I use this when I do like big highlights in the eyes, when I'm drawing anime and stuff like that. So that's that one. Next up, we have another Jelly Roll 08, as you can see. So kind of just basically the same deal as the last one. I won't go into that one again. Okay, here we have a regular pen that does not have a lid. It's also very skinny, as you can see, and it's just a regular ballpoint pen. There is this little design on it, and I don't really know what that says on there. I think it's in a different language. Oh, actually, no, it says lazy. It says the word lazy in there, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I got this one online a couple years ago. It's in like a big pack. We might run into a few more of those if we get lucky. Oh, here's another pencil. Okay, so this is another. Oh, actually, it's not a Faber-Castell. It's a Derwent. Derwent Sketching Medium Wash 4B from England. It's like nicely embossed on there. Yeah, so actually, I believe this is a watercolor pencil. Rather, not watercolor, but it's a special type of graphite that when you put water to it, it works like watercolor. So, that's why it says medium wash. It's like a watercolor wash. So, yeah, that's a pretty cool one in my collection. I think I have a few more of those. It's probably like a 3-pack. Oh, here we have my dip pen that I got. It's kind of dirty because I just kind of throw it in here with everything else. But I got this one online off of jetpens.com. It's actually my first dip pen, and I got it to try to practice drawing manga with. Unfortunately, I did give up. So now it just kind of sits in here. The brand is Tachikawa, in case anyone wants to know. As you can see, I have never cleaned it. I don't even know if you're supposed to, honestly. Alright, next pencil we have... Oh no, this one's a classic. This is a Micron. It's a Pigma Micron 05. So that's kind of getting towards the bigger end. There's the tip, as you can see. And these pens are just a solid piece for your collection. I used Microns a lot when I was studying art in college. Yeah, so here's another one of those Derwent sketching pencils. This one is a dark wash, as opposed to the first one I showed, which was a medium wash. So hypothetically, the dark wash would probably be darker than the medium wash. So that's what I'm guessing. Alright, next up in here we have a red fine tip Sharpie. These are great for your kind of general annotating, your mark making. I know these go hard in the teacher circuit, for grading papers, writing like A plus, B plus, sometimes B minus, all the way up through F. I heard these are good for, so, you know, not really sure what that's doing in my collection, but they come in handy when you need a little pop of color. Speaking of pops of color, this is one of my most recent additions to my Shark pencil case. It is the Zebra Midliner Mix, that is. And right here you can see it says mild ink, as opposed to your harsh inks, so that's good. And it has this two-tone design on the clip here because it is in fact a two-tone highlighter, which you probably can't see too much right now, but yeah, it comes out both teal and purple, which is pretty nifty. Sort of a gradient vibe there. So even comes with instructions on how to use it on the back, which is great, very useful if you've never used a marker before. So love that. Next up is my Clicky eraser. I've had this for many years. Somehow it hasn't run out yet. I don't really know how, because you can just keep clicking it and you just get more and more eraser. So then when you're done, you can just push it back in. So that's pretty cool because it's like, normally erasers are at the end of pencils. This actually looks like a pencil, but the whole thing is eraser. Ironically, there's no eraser where the eraser should go. There's also no pencil where the eraser should go. So just 100% pure eraser on that one. Pretty neat. Next up, this is a Prismacolor Premier colored pencil. It looks like it's pretty dull, as you can see. And this end, it looks like I also started sharpening and then realized it wasn't the right end. This color is violet. And I do have the entire box set of these right over in the rest of my art supplies, but looks like we got a straggler here. So we'll put her off to the side for now. Oh, black fine tip Sharpie. Your quintessential marker. They can do everything. You only need this one. Fantastic work. My regards to the people over at Sharpie. Here we have another pencil. This is, looks pretty fancy. It's Swiss made Caran d'Ache Prismalo FCC TM 999009. So as you can see, this pencil says a whole lot, has a lot to say. What does it mean? I'm not entirely confident. I don't think I could tell you, but I'm sure, you know, if you were to find out, it would be pretty cool. So the nice thing about this one is that the tip is nice and sharp, indicating that I have probably never used it, most likely due to its confusing and bewildering nature. Next up, in my Shark pencil case, we have another recent addition. This is a two-tone pencil, so this half of it is blue, and this half of it is red. Very symbolic of the lightsabers in the movie and TV franchise Star Wars. This is great for doing Star Wars fan art. And also, you can pretend to use it as a little lightsaber if that is what floats your boat there. So, big fan of that one. Next up, the regular Sharpie. Slightly thicker in nature than the fine tip. Let's just compare them here. I'll do that for you guys. Here you can see the size comparison in the different Sharpie tips. Pretty stark in my opinion. I feel like they could have made one in between these two if they really wanted to expand their range. Sharpie mid-tip, perhaps. So those are my Sharpies. Next up, I'm going to grab one with my eyes closed. And it is another Pigma Micron. This one is the 03 variety. The last one I showed was an 05. So again, we can do some tip comparison here. And you can see the difference in the 05 versus the 03. Both markers. So, you know, that's definitely a plus. Next up, we have another one of these skinny pens that I said would make a comeback earlier. Looks like I was right. This one says yummy on it in that little speech bubble. And this one does have a cap, so it's one of the lucky ones. Next up in my Shark pencil case, another Micron. This is actually an 08. So the thickest of them all. Great for when you don't want to draw thin lines. Better for filling in areas quickly. This is a pen purchased from Muji, specifically the Muji Manhattan location, the one near Bryant Park. That's the one I buy my pens at. It's made in Japan, bought in America. All around a great pen. Will we get another pen? Or perhaps a pencil? Let's find out. Another Micron. This one is 005, cousins with the familiar 05. Very small. Very baby small. So small you can barely see it. Careful not to lose this one. Another clicky eraser. Now you have two. That was my impression of my Shark pencil case eating a small fish. Another highlighter makes its appearance. This one is also mild ink. Midliner by Zebra. And this is dual-ended. Again, much like the popular dual-wield lightsabers in Star Wars. This one also has two sides. Unfortunately, unlike lightsabers, these markers do not light up, which is a shame. But they do draw good lines. I appreciate the tip variation on those. Here we have another gradient highlighter by Zebra. Another midliner mix. These are just single-ended. But like I said before, they do have that gradient there. And this moves up and down for some reason. Reason that eludes me. For I am not a highlighter production designer. We're reaching the end here of my Shark pencil case. Here we have a Pigma Graphic 1. This one is special because it was a gift to me from my best friend. And it has archival ink that they went and got for me in the sewers. You go through the sewers and then you there's a crack in the wall that you have to bust open a little bit. And then you get to, it's just like all these this hallway, and it's all these stones. And there's some tombs down there, I believe, but if you go a little past the tombs, down the steps, through the cobwebs, there is a little pool. It's really more like a puddle of this archival ink. And yeah, so I'm really lucky to have this one. Next up in here, we have another Muji pen. As you can see, it is running pretty low there. So I'll have to make a trip back to Muji to refill that. Next we have this pen. It's the brand Hitachi. This is just your regular ballpoint writing pen. And I believe I found this in my parents' junk drawer. So great stuff here. We're getting to the end here. Another pencil enters the mix. It's been a while. This one is your classic clicker. Good old-fashioned mechanical pencil. Eraser is pretty run down on this one, but the clip is still intact. And it features this phenomenal octagonal design. Perhaps it's not an octagon. What's the one that only has 6 sides? Sextagonal? Six sides. Then, look at this. Another dip pen. This one is extremely skinny compared to the one I showed earlier. I'm not entirely sure where this came from. Perhaps it manifested in my shark's mouth. Sharks do that kind of thing, you know. Getting down to the bottom here, we have our first eraser. Actually, that's not true. We have our third eraser. This one is a kneaded eraser, so it gets the bonus of coming in a little box. Now, the little box is great because who doesn't like opening up little boxes to get to their stuff? So then this is the eraser in here, and as you can see, it's extremely soft and malleable, and you do kind of have to pry it out of here, which can be sort of a pain. So I'm just going to leave it in. Actually, just kind of squish it back in there as best I can, and then just tuck in all the edges here, and we'll just man, the boxes are really great. They're awesome. So that's my boxed eraser. This is my favorite mechanical pencil. This is a good one. This is where's the name on this? It's a Tombow monograph. Tombow monograph. The fancy thing about this pencil, besides its beautiful silver accents, you can even see the little acrylic detail on the top of the clip here. That's really nice. Nice twist up eraser here. But what makes this pencil really phenomenal is that you actually shake it to get the lead out. And it has a locking mechanism that was just locked, and now I just had to unlock it to shake it to get the lead out. But now that I've unlocked the locking mechanism, now I can shake it, and it actually makes the lead go out. So that's pretty cool. And here's the lock. As you can see, it is controlled by the clip. So if you want it off, you just press down. If you want the lock on, you press up, which is why this really nice little acrylic detail is so great, because it acts as a thumb grip for that. And yeah, you can just shake your lead right out, which I think is really innovative and necessary for the pencil community. And one last one, a Gelly Roll 5. So that's it. That is the end of what's in my Shark pencil case. I hope you'll tune in next time to see what's in my other pencil case. Thank you.